Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily Update on my 1000 Day Challenge. This is day 666, so let's get things started. Alright, so first and foremost, the balance equity remains the same. I did have a couple of two losing trade itself, which I'll update later today itself. But other than that, do bear in mind that if you look in terms of the weekly candlestick close itself, we do see a very strong price reversal in terms of S&P 500 and Nasdaq, which is on the US equity market itself. We do see a very nice green bullish candlestick, especially on the daily chart itself, which is a very good first sign of a potential short-term reversal in that sense. But of course, we could also have a short-term reversal and then retest, and then it could turn out to be a bear rally, and then we could see further low in that sense. But bear in mind that we have actually one low, two low, and a third low itself. And seeing that there's actually some sort of a decrease of momentum in terms of MACD itself, we do see in terms of the histogram changes itself, it starts decreasing. But bear in mind that you still don't see a bullish divergence in that sense over here as well. So let's see how things goes. Definitely, we could still have a potential low retest over this region before we have a clear long-term kind of a trend reversal in that sense. And over if you look in terms of China equity itself, we do see very nice consolidation pattern right below the key resistances over here as well. So the price crisscrossing over the 20 exponential moving average on the daily chart for Asia is a potential sign that this is lacking a much of a clearer resistance pattern. And in addition to that, it is relatively flat as well. So over here, even though it seems to be a little bit more flat, do bear in mind that we actually never did close strongly above it. And we except for just one single candlestick which barely closed above it. Whereas this case we managed to close 1, 2, and 3 candlestick, and now the fourth candlestick itself. So this itself with the prolonged flatness itself, and also the fact that on the extended downward move itself also gives rise to a higher potential that we could have a decent trend reversal in the short term in that sense. And finally, in terms of KWEB itself, we also do see similar price action whereby we are accumulating over here itself. And what I mentioned, the key thing that we do see in terms of potential strong break is the fact that we see 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth retest all happening in shorter kind of frequency kind of retest kind of structure. So initially over here to here, the time period was set from February 2022 to actually April 2022 for the second retest. And then from the April retest, we actually took another retest in May. And then in May itself, we had another, in the second of the middle of the May, we had another retest. And then now testing of the same resistance is getting even shorter in terms of the period between each of the retest time period itself. So this gives rise to a much potential fact that we have a very strong reversal in the coming week itself. So that's something to look at. And then finally, for Bitcoin itself, we do see some sort of a diversion in terms of the correlation pattern that we have seen for it together with the US equity market itself. So bear in mind that even though we did close the red bearish candlestick, we are barely near the key resistance or support zone that I mentioned over here, which is the 28.5K region itself. If we do manage to hold that up over this weekend itself and have a decent bounce, this could result from a bullish falling wedge itself, whereby we have the first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, and a fifth wave of capitulation over this week period itself. And after that, we can have a very strong bounce towards that. But a very strong bounce has to happen after that, and it has to be sustained for the next 3 to 4 days in order for clearer trend confirmation of a reversal pattern. All right. Otherwise, that's more or less about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below, or I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.